Hey guys, I'm Shutak from the designsketchbook.com, and today let's see how to draw thumbnails with backpacks. So these days the second wave of COVID-19 is coming up, and because most of us are going to stay home, I decided to start a 30-day challenge with one tip a day. So see you every day on the blog at designsketchbook.com. Alright, let's start with these thumbnails right here. So what you want here is just to do some quick warm-up. Just try to draw whatever comes in your mind for this very first sketch. Like, what is a backpack for you? So basically it's one main volume with some handles, some stripes for your arms, and actually also for your hips. So now let's start for some methods to invent, to create from nothing, I would say, multiple ideas of backpacks. So what I would like you guys to do here is to start with some random forms right here, some very simple forms. And then we are going to use them as a base to draw your backpacks. Okay? So you can pause here, take your time, take your pen and draw. So first, draw the base form as thumbnails. So I'm drawing right here on an A4 paper, and what I like to do is to draw with underlay. So I'm getting another piece of paper and then I put on top, and if you can see, I'm able to see through. So the paper I'm using is 80 grams. If you want to get even more transparent, you can use 70 grams as well. And then from this simple form that you are using as a base, just draw some details of the backpack that you have in mind. And as well, oh yeah, so you just make sure that you go beyond. It's not because this simple form is closed that you need to draw only inside. Go beyond. And take inspiration at some pictures or some reference that you have in mind. So remember that designers love to take inspiration from what is existing already. So try to not feel ashamed of looking for what other people do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. What I would say is that whenever you take inspiration at something, you have to think that as a designer, you are playing a game. I would say that if there is something that interests you, it's something that may not interest your neighbors, like you're another designer. So if you catch something you like, just try to take time to study it, draw it, decompose it, and then you can also modify it, mix it, or improve it. So for here, what I want to show you is that you can feel the tension. For example, like this little square is actually the buckle, and then you can feel the tension of the backs of the different pieces that are tightened to this buckle. So whenever you draw, try to feel that even if it's a product, it's kind of alive, because when you close the buckle of your bag, there is this tension that exists. It's invisible, but whenever you use this buckle, you can feel it. And that's what you want to feel as well when you draw. So here I go ahead with the underlay of this very simple form, more like squarish. I'm adding a huge logo and also on the side some extra packs. Feel free to have fun. Don't break your head too much. If you feel like something is fun, just draw it. It's just thumbnails. You can draw as many thumbnails as you want. And the benefit is that of thumbnails is you can draw them super fast. And I like also to draw some quick models to see how it's going to be on the body. Dun, 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 dun. So do not hesitate to draw some kind of mannequin and draw the bags around it. Next, underlay. So once again, I'm drawing with the see-through of the paper below. And one thing is that when you draw with the underlay, remember to keep the tension of your lines. Don't try to outline I don't try to draw on top of the line with something which is very slow and trying to be perfect. Draw the attention, that's what you want. Now I'm using like here a pipe coming out from one of the straps for water. And actually now when I'm drawing this, I'm wondering where is the best place to stock the water. Where should it be, on top, on below? Where should be the management of the weight? It's something that would need more research, and here for the quick thumbnails I was just adding some 2 extra containers on the side. If I put it on just one side, it's actually quite heavy and would be unbalanced. For a backpack, the balance of the weight is very important. So I'm not saying here is giving the solution, but I'm just trying to, it's a question that I had in mind. So you want to actually brainstorm your ideas. Is one thumbnail is giving you some information, some discoveries that you may jump into the next sketch now or later. Is something that will actually be into your mind because you have already represented visually. So remember that there is no, I would say, idiot idea. There is no immature or ridiculous idea. This is a brainstorm. This paper is facing yourself. This is your own creation. Okay? And within the brainstorm phase, this is where you can actually be crazy. So whenever you have some, you feel like, for example, one of the underlay form that interests you, you can brainstorm on top of it with an extra form on it, another design on top of it, okay? And feel free to ask some feedback. This is when like you can stop whenever you do during the drawing session and ask for feedbacks to see what you can improve on it. It may come out with something good or not, doesn't matter. As long as you get feedback, it makes sure that you're not too deep into your work and trying to, how to say, having your mind too closed. It's kind of pretty interesting to reopen the box to see outside once in a while. And to go back into asking for feedbacks is actually one of the common beginner mistakes. Is whenever they start to draw something, like let's say how to draw backpacks, they will try to draw one backpack and very good. But what we want here is to draw a multitude of backpacks, an unlimited number of ideas of backpack using the thumbnails. This is very convenient and also less pressure, I would say, because whenever you will have your multitude of proposals of backpacks, you will propose many ideas and then you will select the direction where you want to go. And in comparison, if you have been drawing just one perfect backpack, then that would be troublesome, because if let's say you're taking the risk after spending hours and hours onto the same drawing, when you are going to present your drawing into the engineers or marketing team and so on, your colleagues, your ideas may be rejected for X reason, because you haven't been using fully potential of your creativity. Maybe it's not going to be suitable from the one shot. If yes, perfect, that would be luck. But statistically, quantity matter in terms of creativity, okay? So we keep going, we are trying to have this kind of diagonal straps, like for one shoulder strap, more like a bag, more simplicity, something more lightweight. Kind of feeling like a hot shot though. Find some pockets, some opening, zippers. And before starting this exercise, feel free to spend a bit of time to visualize, to brew some pictures of backpack as well. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to redraw on top of the very first one. And remember to start very light, so more you draw, more you will use the line weight. So this is how you will build the first base and then all around. The big details, medium details, and very small one. I'm trying to have some straps going all around the ribs. It's like, you know, like the belt that you wear when you have backache. So this is why in design is very fun, because you can once again mix ideas. Get the backache medical belt to implement into this backpack. It's an interesting idea though. It doesn't matter yet the defined shape of this. You have this first inspiration, and after on, if you feel that this direction of the medical belt is interesting, you can feel free to explore more. So you will like take this sketch out and then focus on this direction and do a multitude of thumbnails with this medical belt of different shape, different length, different strength, different material, and so on. Okay? There is so many directions to go. So this is why we need to have different phase of creation, different phase of selection of your ideas, instead of believing that your first idea is going to be the best. Alright? And anytime also feel free to draw some side view if you want to for the thumbnails. It's really kind of relaxing when you draw. And as you can see, at the beginning, my lines was pretty stiff, but more you draw, more you get more loose. So remember, general to details. So that's normal if whenever you start your sketching session that your line was very stiff, don't worry, it's going to take a bit of time for you to get used to it. Alright, so we have the underlay and the overlay. I hope you're having fun, and let's see closer. Here we go, you have some different direction, the tension, the model right here. And the model is going to say hello. So the overall speed, normal speed of this video, it took me 30 minutes to do all with thumbnails. So draw accessories, get different look. Here is a line of action. Remember, the line of action is like when you draw active people, like sporty people in movement, for example. Overall line of action is very important right here as well, even if the product is static. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you for the next one. Bye bye for the next tip of the 30-day challenge. See ya.